What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Benjamin, but since we're friends now, you can call me Ben. Here's my Instagram handle. Toss it a follow. Today, the topic of the video, you can probably guess it because it's in the title, but I am going to be talking about how to create a top 100 podcast in whatever niche you want it to be, in whatever category, in 2019. I created a video not too long ago about my podcasting tips that I wish I knew before I started, and I've been getting some pretty positive feedback on that, so I'm building off that and making this far more specific on achieving that goal, a top 100 podcast, because so many people have that in their bios. It's a form of accreditation. It's a form of value creation to anybody who you have on. It's far easier to get guests when you can approach them and say top 100 podcasts. And the awesome thing about that is the fact that those ranking boards, the 1 to 100 or whatever you see, the top charts, they are not stagnant. They are ever changing. So if you're on there once, you can then say top 100 podcasts in your field, and you're telling the truth. That's a great way to outreach to different prospects, potential guests, to get them on your show. So let's get into it, and let me tell you exactly how to do this so you can help grow your podcast, because it's a very valuable platform. Let's talk about it. Let's grow your show. All right. So it's not actually as difficult as you might think, but there's a few things that you have to do, and you have to do them right. When you launch your show, this is a huge piece of advice that I can give to you, is you want to plan ahead, but at the launch, you want to launch with at least 3 episodes. Remember that number, 3 episodes. And let me tell you why. You want that because the iTunes algorithm, the podcast app algorithm, heavily favors influxes of content consumption. So when you make a new show, naturally, anybody who you share it with is going to go check out your first episode. And that will launch your show very high in the ranking. So because I had 1 episode and I launched it to everybody I knew, a bunch of people listened to it, I got into the top 100 charts, which you can see here. I believe at the highest point in the charts, we were at 70 something. And I could have been substantially higher if that was times by 3. And 3 is the sweet spot because you're getting 3 times the engagement, because likely people who watch or listen to the 1 episode are going to listen to the 2 following ones. So you're getting 3 times the engagement per 1 person, but iTunes views that all as new and organic engagement. So that is massive. You can help yourself out so much by launching with 3 episodes. So I got to 77 with 1 episode. I could have made it into the top 20, top 10 because of how the iTunes algorithm works had I launched with 3 episodes. So if you're starting a show, make sure you launch with 3 episodes. Okay, you got that? Write that one down. 3. I'm going to pop it up right here. 3, all right? 3. Next tip. Okay, so like I said, you want to plan ahead. So now you got your 3 episodes set. You also want to have more backlog because you never want to miss a week. Like most social media algorithms, they favor consistency. So you want to deliver your episodes on a consistent schedule and consistently. You don't want to miss weeks because, like I said, the algorithms, they favor consistency. So keep that in mind and have content ready to go. Have it backlogged. Make it easy for yourself. Have a plan of attack. Have a day where you schedule all your guests and bang them out so you have episodes waiting to be released so you're not scrambling when the week comes trying to fill a spot. Make it easy on yourself. Reduce the stress. You want this thing to be a positive experience for both your listeners, your guests, and yourself. And the best way to do that is through being prepared. So schedule your content. Be prepared. Next tip. So now sharing it. How are you going to get as many people to listen to it as possible? That, I would say, just leverage your existing networks. Whatever you have, whether it be your Facebook page, your Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, share it on as many mediums as possible, even through personal outreach. And this is one where it may be tedious and time consuming, but the first month or first week of your launch of your podcast is so crucial and something that I missed the boat on. And my trajectory was something like this, slower. It could have been going. I could have been so much higher in the charts had I done all of these things. So please listen to me, learn from my mistakes. So back to what I was saying. Sorry, I go on these little rambles sometimes. Back to the point. Personal outreach works great. It's very, very difficult for someone to say no if you make it this easy to them. Send them the link to your podcast. Say, blah, 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 blah. At least check out the first episode. Let me know your thoughts. And that's it. You make it so easy for that person to do it. It's almost difficult to say no. So if you do that to all these people who you know may listen, hey, don't have any pride. Anybody who you think might have value and you can frame it that way to position it as something that they may value from, boom, send it to them. Make them listen to it, and that's going to help you grow exponentially, because that's what the goal is. We're trying to maximize your initial launch, because that's huge for the success of your podcast. And so the final tip to wrap it all up of why it's so important, why this is also important, is because of this. All of these things, if done correctly, will rank you high in the charts, yes, but it can also put you into the new and noteworthy section on the podcast app. You're probably asking, why is that important? Well, let me tell you. That's important because as a podcast, the algorithm's kind of weird. Organic traffic is incredibly difficult to come by. If you're not sending people from other forms of media, other social channels, it's so difficult for people to stumble across your content organically. Almost the only real effective way to do that is being on new and noteworthy. That's because the algorithm, again, it governs the entire platform, puts all of the things that it deems as new and noteworthy in that section. So anybody looking for a new show, they can go see it, and anybody who goes and looks in that section will see your show. And you're only going to get on there if you have an influx of traffic and you convince the algorithm that you are producing steady content that is high in value and is going to be coming consistently. So that can be huge. You can save yourself so much work and see success far quicker if you listen to these steps, and you could have a top 100 podcast far quicker than you think, and you could be delivering value to yourself, your guests, and your listeners far faster than you think. So listen to my advice and listen to my show too. It'll be linked down below. My show is called Do Dope Shit, and what I do is I have rants on the off weeks of interviews, but the interviews, I interview people doing great things, who are following their passions, reaching for more in their life, and living life their way. That's the key. The key importance to me is finding people who are finding fulfillment doing their thing. They're doing their dope shit. That's the essence of the show. So if you have any guest recommendations, let me know in the comments down below. Again, my Instagram handle is right here. Toss me a follow. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below or send me an Instagram DM. I am always quick to respond and engage with you guys. That's a wrap, folks. I hope you guys took some value from this. Greatly appreciate you checking it out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you will see me very, very soon. I'm getting back on a consistent schedule to bring you some value. So, subscribe. Do it now. Just do it. I'll give you a second. Thanks. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wishing you nothing but health, love, and happiness. You'll catch me soon. Peace. Wait, one more thing. I almost forgot to mention this. Also, anybody you reach out to, suggest them to rate the show 5 stars and also leave a review with that rating. So make them type something out. That helps a ton. That is worth substantially more than a download or a subscribe. So you want to encourage that as much as possible. So do everything else I said before, and then encourage the rating and review. All right, now I'm out. Go launch your podcast. Peace.